Melanie from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for September 2021. Hey Gemini, it's been quite a time with Virgo season. Of course, Virgo ruled over by Mercury, your ruler as well. Things did kind of get a little bit slowed up there because, of course, Virgo is an earth sign. Even though Mercury rules over the mental plane, we've been having a hard time sorting through and processing new information that, of course, we want to take action on and make happen in our physical realms. Things have gotten a little bit chaotic. We've had a lot of pressure in the mental plane. We're trying to sort things out, and things just aren't moving as fast as we would like. The good news is that on September 6th, we have the new moon taking place in Virgo, and this is going to be illuminating your fourth house. So basically, the new moon wants us to begin a brand new cycle. A lot of us have chosen to take one path over the other, to follow our heart, to follow our soul that was illuminated to us back in July under the new moon in Leo. And now we are taking the steps to get a plan together, to get all the details together, to actually take action and make things happen in our physical realms. This new moon wants to open us up to a brand new cycle where our physical realities are concerned. We have to reorganize a couple of things. We have to restructure our routines and our foundations. And because this is taking place in your fourth house, this has a lot to do with your home, with your family unit, the family dynamics within it, and where new boundaries need to be implemented in order to provide you with safety and stability. The Virgo energy wants you to focus on your daily tasks, your daily chores, revamping your daily schedule to allow a little bit more time for your own health and wellness. I feel like many of my Gemini friends have definitely been putting themselves out there in different ways, trying to be more social, trying to connect with different types of people. And the new moon in Virgo is definitely going to have us seeing the foundation of what it is that we need in our personal relationships in a brand new way. This is really going to set the tone for the new foundation that we need to strengthen throughout the month of September in order to see the actual physical manifestations of the new cycles that we're moving into be built upon the new structure, schedule, routine, family dynamic as we move into October. On September 10th, we have Venus, the goddess of love and beauty and pleasure and joy and money, moving into Scorpio. So this is going to be a pretty intense energy. Of course, Venus doing a deep dive into the emotional waters of Scorpio, really going to put a huge focus on our connections, whether or not our intimate connections are strong enough, whether or not they are pure, whether or not we are in relationships or friendships right now that are based on lies, deceit, illusion. We are basically going to do a deep dive into our psyche, into our heart space, and give a good look over all in which we are currently connected to. We are going to be upping our worth, upping our value, because we're going to take a good look at why it is we've been blocking some of the blessings that we've actually been praying for. Venus in Scorpio really wants to enjoy herself, but she needs emotional stability in order to do so. This particular energy is going to be highlighting the sixth house for you. And the sixth house is really asking you to kind of switch things up as far as how it is you move throughout your day. The tasks, the chores, the roles, responsibilities that you have on your plate to fulfill every day, whether or not you can lighten the mood and actually find some joy, even in the mundane tasks and chores. The sixth house is also showing us where it is that our mind, body, and soul equation is out of balance, where it is that we need to find stability in that particular aspect of our life and really start pouring into ourselves to make sure that we are as strong, as comfortable, as connected as we are to our physical bodies and to our mental health. That sixth house is naturally ruled over by Virgo, which means that there's a lot of mental health issues coming up here. Are we kind of obsessive with certain patterns, certain behaviors? Are we fixated in certain ways of thinking? Because Venus in Scorpio highlights jealousy and possessiveness and betrayal and insecurities, we are definitely going to have to go over our personal relationships and how it is that we're spending our day and who it is that we're spending our day with a fine-tooth comb. On the 14th, we have Mars, the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, even our anger, moving out of Virgo energy, which will free a lot of us up, and see a different shift when Mars moves into Libra. So Libra energy is going to bode very well for you because Libra is an air sign, a sister air sign to you. Mars moving into Libra kind of gives us the confidence, the bravery, the courage to stand up for ourselves, to stand up for those that we love, to do what is right, to really fight for causes that mean the most to us. Mars in Libra is definitely going to put one step forward in pursuing the new path, the new dream, the new vision that we chose back in July. And because Mars in Libra is going to be highlighting your 5th house, you're going to have to go back and remind yourself of the emotion, the excitement, the passion that came over you in order for you to have made the decision to make the dramatic changes in your life that you're currently striving to make. Mars in Libra, especially illuminating this 5th house, is going to be a powerful aspect for you to pursue new romantic connections, new intimacy levels, new depth levels in your connections, to truly go after what it is that you want, need, and desire. Your creativity will be unlocked in a very powerful way. And because this Libran energy just wants to illuminate for us where it is that we've been living in extremes so that we can find a comfy center point once again, you will likely feel a lot of emotion take over, some very strong heart activations really trigger you into finding a different, solid balance in your relationships and in what it is that you love once again. On the 20th, we have a full moon taking place in Pisces. Now, this is going to rewind us to the beginning of the year when we had our new moon in Pisces. We came into the year with a lot of plans, a lot of dreams, a lot of visions, a large to-do list that many of us have actually failed in actually bringing to life. So this full moon in Pisces is going to illuminate for us what it is that we're no longer aligned with, what it is that we need to let go of, where it is we need to close some doors on some chapters that we thought were going to be blown wide open at this point in the year. And especially where this is Pisces energy, this is very spiritual, very karmic. A lot of soul contracts, a lot of divine soul scripted opportunities coming up where we need to dream, we need to use our imagination, we need to fantasize about what it is that is actually possible. The full moon in Pisces will be illuminating your 10th house. And your 10th house is your career. It is the roles and responsibilities within the career, the financial stability that comes along with the position in your career. And it's really kind of given you an opportunity to recognize some of the maybe career dreams that you had at the beginning of the year and where it is that you're feeling drawn to pursue a different path. This could mean maybe you're advancing in the roles and responsibilities of your position. Maybe you're considering leaving your position for a brand new one. This will fully illuminate for you where it is that maybe some changes need to be made in your career in order to align you with a better path. Again, we chose to either evolve or revolve back in July, and now we are being tested on how much we actually want change and what it is that we're actually willing to do to make life happen for us instead of sitting around waiting for it to happen to us. On the 22nd, Libra season begins. This is going to be a good energy for you because, of course, Libra is an air sign. It's a sister air sign to you and will be illuminating your 5th house. So Libra season is all about the mental plane. It's all about finding balance once again. It is very focused on our personal relationships, doing what it is that we love, what brings us joy, and doing all of that with who we love, who brings us joy. Because Libra season is going to highlight the extremes of life in order for us to find a grounding point, and because this is set up in your fifth house, there is likely going to be a lot of emotional drama. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's okay to get excited about life again. It's okay to have passions again. It's okay to identify new desires. Where romance is concerned, where relationships are concerned, this fifth house wants you to adopt a more playful energy and definitely lighten the mood. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful season for you to bring some of your new ideas to life. You're a very creative person. You have a vision that other people do not. You have a way with words, the ability to communicate what's coming in the mental plane and actually have people understand your vision just by the way that you choose to paint the picture. Libra season is going to offer you a huge opportunity to do what it is that your heart wants you to do. This is a great thing. Again, you will have to kind of go back and remind yourself of what it is that you actually want to put your energy into. Letting your heart lead, letting your soul lead, and finding a brand new meaning and a brand new purpose. You're going to have a huge opportunity of healing some of the identity wounds that have come up for you, especially considering advancing your career. Many of my Gemini friends have a lot of fear, insecurity, doubts, uncertainty come up, especially with the skills and the talents that you have and whether or not you're using them to the best of your ability. This particular healing towards the end of the month is really going to illuminate for you where it is that you've been blocking your path and blocking some blessings, especially related to your career path, advancing, especially getting to the financial situation that, of course, would open up the world of opportunity for your home, for your family unit. The work-life balance has definitely got a little bit out of whack, and now that we're in Libra season, those scales are going to be balanced and illuminate for you where it is that you've been stalling out on actually pursuing your career goals and the next rung on the career ladder. Towards the end of the month, on the 27th, we have Mercury, your ruler, the ruler of the mental plane, information, communication, going retrograde. This is never a favorable time for you because it slows that beautiful, brilliant mind of yours down to a snail's pace. Mercury will be going retrograde in Libra and illuminating your fifth house. Your whole September is very focused on listening to what it is that your heart wants, dropping the emotional baggage from the past to clear a space for new connections to be made, for new creative ideas to flow through, and for you to lighten the mood and be a little bit more playful in your approach, going after what it is that you want. Because Mercury is going retrograde, it means that you'll likely have to reflect. We have to look back. We have to review a couple things, revisit some past pain, some past trauma, and recognize where it is that we have created some blockages in our own heart space, preventing us from truly aligning with the kind of relationships that we need to be encouraging, be supportive of where it is that we're trying to grow from here. A couple of the messages coming in from the universal guides on what it is that you should be concentrated on as you move through the month of September. The very first thing is that you are coming to an ending of a chapter. So as you know, you did choose one path, one choice, one decision over the other back in July. Since then, we have really been diving deep, trying to ask the right questions, gain enough answers, get a perspective, focus on the details enough to be informed on putting together a path, a plan that is logic, practical, and of course, very strategic and calculated in the moves that we have to make to get from where it is that we are to where it is that we want to be. What your guides are saying is that you're so close to kind of getting to this breaking point where you're free to cut those loose ends off, where you're free to clean the slate to move on, moving forward, but that there are still a couple of issues, topics, themes, and relationships that need a little bit more of a closure before you can clean the slate for good and before you can start adding new things to your reality. What you're being asked of this month is to really consider what it is that you want, what it is you need, what it is you desire, where love is concerned, where relationships are concerned, where creativity is concerned, and where your career is concerned. Right now, you probably know more of what it is that you don't want than what it is that you do want. And because you're always divided between the pros and cons, the light and the dark, the good and the bad, you're having a hard time defining what it is you actually are holding as a dream, as a vision that the universe is trying to help you manifest. They're asking for you to get a little bit clearer, defining a little bit more clearly what it is you actually want to see take place, what you want to see happen over this next month. Now, they are bringing up the fact, especially towards the end of the month, that you're going to feel trapped. You're going to feel trapped in your thinking. You're going to feel trapped in your environment. You're going to feel trapped in your emotions. Basically, I'm going to blame Mercury going retrograde for this particular energy. I want you to know that you're not backed into a corner, that you're not as trapped as you may feel, that there's actually way more opportunities available to you now than there were even this time last month. And that it's just because the energy is asking us to look back instead of forward that you're feeling overwhelmed and that you're feeling kind of stuck. With Mercury going retrograde, the best thing that we can do is kind of hash out all the things that we tried to avoid in our emotions and in our mental plane. We have to revisit some tough situations in our past, especially directly related to relationship topics and themes. And we have to clear the air. We have to provide a clean foundation, a clean slate to move forward with. And to do that, we actually have to look back. We have to clean up the past before we can go ahead and move forward. So just know that Mercury going retrograde towards the end of this month is likely going to put a damper on things. It's likely going to turn the dark thoughts, the dark emotions and narratives all the way up in your head, and that it's probably going to feel like you are not able to think clearly, not able to think forward, and instead need to clean up the past. So overall, not a bad month. You definitely need to abandon your logical way of thinking and dive all the way into the irrational, emotional plane of that heart space. Take things one step at a time and just be mindful that things are going to feel a little bit pressure-filled towards the end of the month. I hope you have a great September, Gemini. We'll talk to you soon.